The Denver Nuggets have given us beautiful basketball to watch all season long, and the playoff spotlight this year has given both casual and diehard fans a great chance to see it. The Denver Nuggets were top 5 in offensive rating in the regular season, which shouldn't be a shocker to anybody. Also not a surprise to us is the fact that the Nuggets were a middle-of-the-pack team in terms of defensive rating in the regular season, which was what many, including myself, were concerned about going into this postseason. But the playoffs are here, and as expected, they sit in the top 5 in offensive rating. But what wasn't expected is the fact that so far the Nuggets are 4th in defensive rating, and many watching this will probably say it's an inflated stat because they played the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round, which is partially true. But so far, it's been 3 games going up against the best mid-range scoring team in the league, Phoenix Suns. Going into these playoffs, I was concerned for the Nuggets' regular season defensive questions when seeing the Suns standing in their way. The Denver Nuggets have really good perimeter defenders, but Jokic is a drop coverage center, which brings me to the Phoenix Suns' concerns. A team with KD, Booker, and Chris Paul, who all destroy drop coverage because of their ability to create shots from anywhere inside the arc. But there was a couple of things I immediately realized that I had overlooked until I saw Game 1 play out. Other than chemistry being the obvious disadvantage for the Suns were in the bottom half of 3-pointers attempted in the regular season. In the playoffs so far, they're dead last in 3-pointers attempted. This means it's been a 2s versus 3s simple math game that up until Game 3 in Phoenix had been a struggle to win for the Suns. This brings me to the Denver Nuggets defense against the Phoenix Suns. The Denver Nuggets have been running a lot of zone in this series, which can be effective in small bursts at the NBA level. Zone defense is hard to rely on for long periods of time in the NBA in general because the spacing is outrageous, which means the gaps are way larger here than at any other level, and the 3-point shooting is at an all-time high. You couple that with the fact that many teams don't generally prepare a zone defense strategy as it is, with the majority of teams just running a switch everything game plan, and it looks even less effective when teams try to zone. The fact that the Phoenix Suns don't get a ton of their offense from shooting threes, it really makes it easier for a zone defense to work because of the lack of spacing the Suns have been able to show opposing teams. The Nuggets have had a lot of success running a 2-3 zone. Highlighted on this clip, we see forwards Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. at the top, with Jokic in the middle overseeing the floor, and Jamal Murray and Bruce Brown on each side. Kevin Durant gets right down the lane, but he meets a hard collapsing defense, which shouldn't be a surprise to see, simply because on one corner, you have Josh Okogie, who's shooting 18.2% from 3 in the playoffs, and on the opposite corner, you have Landry Shamet, who's shooting 22.2% from 3 in the playoffs. This allows the Nuggets defense to commit harder on drives to the basket, while also using their length to block off passing windows, like this one right here. On this one, we see Aaron Gordon up top with KCP, Michael Porter Jr. and Jeff Green standing on opposite corners. Jeff Green has the green light to sag off on Shamet in the corner to help inside, while Bruce Brown finds himself in what normally would be a very uncomfortable mismatch in the middle of the floor. But it looks like he was assuming Jeff Green would switch onto DeAndre Ayton and Bruce Brown would then go out in Green's place. But at the very last second, Bruce spots the pass being made and quickly comes back to intercept it and completing another stop for the Nuggets. Michael Porter Jr. during this entire time is definitely showing a little bit inside, while still respecting Torrey Craig, who's shot an elite 47.8% from 3 this postseason. But a wing player like Porter Jr. has the ability to cover a lot of ground in a moment's notice. This next clip shows us how connected the Nuggets are and gives us a DeAndre Ayton post-up possession on Bruce Brown. For some context, Chris Paul has a relatively slow release on his shot, which gives Aaron Gordon decent enough time to close out if Ayton decides to kick it back out. Ayton is aware of the Nuggets closing in on the ball as he looks to put the ball down. Ayton then intelligently holds the ball up to give the defense a reason to reset a couple of steps. Ayton then takes a very difficult hook shot over Bruce Brown, who very strongly stood his ground ending in yet another stop for Denver. On this last clip I want to show you guys, we see Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. up top, with Bruce Brown and KCP on opposite corners, and Jeff Green in the middle of the floor. There's 9 seconds left on the shot clock, so Aaron Gordon decides to blitz what looks to be the start of a Devin Booker attack. He was able to make this gamble because of Landry Shamet being in his zone. As soon as the blitz happens, Devin Booker quickly gives it back up to Shamet, but look how quickly Bruce Brown reads this and just sprints up to close out. At the same time, Jeff Green makes sure to cover Chris Paul in the corner. Shamet then immediately tries to throw a bullet pass to Ayton inside, but KCP was several steps ahead and cut off that pass for another Nuggets interception. The defensive awareness that these Nuggets have shown is truly a testament to not only the players executing well, but an awesome coaching job by Michael Malone. Thanks for watching this quick video. This is the All Things Basketball Podcast. I'm your host, Vic Lopez, as always, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.